New York, New York, all the Empire State politics you need to know. We're going to give it to you in just a few New York minutes. And representing the Democrats, our good friend Richard Brodsky, former Assemblyman, senior fellow at Demos, and professor at NYU. And representing the Republicans, John Cahill, former chief of staff to Governor George Pataki and former commissioner of New York State's Department of Environmental Conservation. Gentlemen, let's start. Should a lawmaker who voted against Sandy funding be welcome to be a headliner for a fundraiser in the state of New York? Well, that's a question that is no longer just a hypothetical. You'll remember that back in January, Representative Peter King spoke for many when he said, "No way, no how."
These Republicans have no problem finding New York when they're out raising millions of dollars. They're in New York all the time, filling their pockets with money from New Yorkers. I'm saying right now, anyone from New York and New Jersey who contributes 1 penny to congressional Republicans is out of their minds, because what they did last time was put a knife in the back of New Yorkers and New Jerseyans. It was an absolute disgrace.
All right, now fast forward to this month here, or this coming month. New York State GOP has asked Senator Ted Cruz to headline the party's annual dinner. This is post-Sandy. Not only did Senator Cruz vote against it once, but twice for federal recovery funding for not just New York, but the East Coast states that were affected by that. I should note here, Mr. Cox, who's a frequent guest on this program, withdrew his name from a scheduled appearance earlier this week. And I ask you, Mr. Cahill, what the heck is the Republican Party thinking?
Listen, I don't think that there's a lot of issues that a lot of Republicans in New York State would not agree with Senator Cruz on, and certainly the vote on Sandy would be one of them, although it should be mentioned that there was typical Washington fashion. That bill was lauded up with a lot of
Fair enough, but 1 second. They then sent a clean version, and he voted against the clean version.
So there would be other issues on gun control, a lot of issues that Republicans would not agree in New York with Senator Cruz on. However, I think that his message that we can't trust Republicans or Democrats in Washington right now, I think that message actually will resonate. You just have to look at the events of the last 3 weeks, right? With the IRS singling out. No, seriously. Singling out groups.
Here. Would you in a million years have made this guy the headliner?
Sorry?
Would you have made this guy, if you were running the show, the headliner?
Sometimes it's better to be lucky. I would not have, but he has a message right now between the events of the last week with Benghazi and how we didn't protect our citizens, and then we basically lied about what happened. The Attorney General going after the reporters to try to find out a leak. And then you have the...
So let me see if I understand it. Shelley Silver, no good. Anthony Weiner, no good. Ted Cruz, who took positions that actually hurt New Yorkers.
Yeah, fine.
That's fine.
No. Listen, he's taking a vote as a senator from Texas, all right? He's not involved in covering up any crime of sexual harassment of women, right?
We have a hierarchy of values, John.
Well,
you can screw every New Yorker
criminal
hurt by
actions
Sandy.
and
you just can't do the same thing.
Harassing women, as opposed to having a different philosophical view. Yeah. I can, as you know, Richard, I can deal with people having different philosophical views.
He's not entitled to hurt the people of New York who were hurt by Sandy.
And that should be true for the Speaker as well and for the members of the legislature.
See how they turned it all around? That was very nice. Well, that is going to wrap it up for, as usual, a not dulled segment of this week's New York, New York. Here, tune in again next week for the next installment. Gentlemen, thank you.
Always a mitzvah.